Boundless Hour.
We are back again,
Back, bro. We're back.
and we are doing the early 2Ks.
I didn't expect to have Kane here again, honestly.
I know, back to back with
I
Kane.
snuck through.
Snuck through.
There
This
you
will quit
go.
it. This will quit his job, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
He over here jobless.
Yeah, this
Hey.
will jobless. He said, for,
Following the dream, bro.
yeah,
He said, I'm about to make this a full-time job for free,
damn.
and then I'll make some money eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
So early 2K, bro, man. This is a time. This is an era of us growing up, honestly, for people who are around.
Yep. That was
Classic.
Kanye West, All Falls Down.
I have a,
Before he fell down.
I have a hip-hop question for y'all that y'all probably didn't know. Did you know that the video to this song was shot at Ontario Airport?
He was just telling us outside.
Yeah,
I had no idea that music video was shot in the Ontario airport.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Homie, I
When you
work right
watch-
next to the
When you
Ontario
watch
airport.
the video, just look at it and you can tell that's Ontario.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna have to watch
that
it
one.
again.
Yeah.
Because when this video came out, I had never been to Ontario Airport.
Shout out to Ontario.
So,
Shout out to Ontario, man. Y'all been on the map since our middle school days. That was our middle
That
school
was
days right there.
random how-
Yeah, right, yeah.
That was our middle school, his college days right here.
Okay.
he was a grandpa in middle school, so you know.
Yeah, man. Kanye, hey, shout out to Dylan. He requested that track.
After the show, for this show, he knew. He was like, early 2000s,
Mhm.
I got a track for you guys.
See what I'm saying?
You have to play this.
That's all our jams,
This
dude.
his favorite year or?
Well, Kanye, he loves Kanye. He listens to Kanye. That's what, you know.
Everybody love early Kanye.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
Before the Kardashians.
it
Yeah.
surprisingly, even with Ye coming out,
Mhm.
a lot of people
Still
listened
love
to it.
Kanye.
Still
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. There wasn't much on there, but they still loved it.
I call that the Drake effect. The Drake effect, I feel, is you can put anything out and people will still love you. No matter what type of music it is.
That
is
must
the
be how
Drake
it feels to
effect,
be
though.
famous, because
That is a Drake effect.
hopefully we can get to that point where we just play whatever and people will just watch it.
Exactly.
They'll be like, whatever. We like the guys anyway, so it's cool.
They're doing it now.
So Ontario Airport, man, that's crazy. I did not know that. I
Yeah,
did not
right?
know that. Drop some knowledge on me right there. So this next artist we got coming up, man, Big Pun. Big Pun to R.I.P. Big Pun, man. And for people who don't know, Big Pun passed away from a heart attack.
Man.
And it was unfortunate. He was a big player in the Terror Squad and Fat Joe's camp.
Oh, yeah.
Remy Ma, all that, man. Big Pun, he was, I don't want to say he was the first lyrical Latino out there, but man, he just took it. See, the thing is, he wasn't the first one because there was lyrical Latinos out there, but just hadn't made it to that
He was the
platform.
first one that made it.
He was the first one that made it to that platform, and he even said it in one of his songs. He's like, Latins going platinum was destined to happen, and I'm like, that's beautiful. That's freaking beautiful right there. So man, R.I.P. Big Pun.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. for
And we actually have 2 tracks from him on there today. We'll probably have more next week because, like I said, this is going to be a 2-parter, maybe even a 3-parter,
Yeah.
because
Definitely three.
there was just a lot of hits in the early 2000s, a
It's
lot
just
of
too
them.
much.
So, and
Yeah.
it's just way too many tracks for us to get done in this time that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And honestly, if for the people watching, if you guys want to request something like Dylan did, you guys can through our Instagram pages, through our Facebook page. You can just type in Boundless Media Group, look us up, comment on our recaps and stuff like that.
oh yeah. And you'll know what page it is because you'll see the logo
Mhm.
as you guys see when the music is playing.
Yep.
Send us a message. We do respond. We've actually had a few people hit us up asking for the email so they can request music and get their music played. Local
Yep.
IE artists that just want to be heard, man.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any,
We gotta
songs,
approve it though. Just a quick disclaimer. We're gonna
Yeah.
listen to it. We're not just gonna play whatever is out there. You
Make
know.
sure
Right.
it's your beat.
Yeah.
It's your made beat.
We're good. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily have to be because we have no limits on this radio broadcast,
yeah.
you know. So it could be instrumental that you spit something on, but it has to be good radio quality, you know, good recording and good lyrics. We're not just gonna put anything
yeah.
out there that people just send us, you know.
Bubblegum rap.
Exactly.
So just if any of you guys do have any tracks, any IE artists out there,
hit us up.
Hit us up, and if it helps, you can go ahead and send us a couple of tracks. That way we can listen to a few. Maybe we'll put both. Maybe
Yes.
we'll put only one.
Yep.
Because we're just trying to give another platform for some of these IE artists too to
Yep.
be heard. Because there is a lot of them out there, as we've been saying, that are really good, and they just haven't gotten their time to shine yet. But yeah, go ahead and send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. Just type in.
We don't have a
Boundless Media
Twitter
Group.
yet. We don't.
No, yeah, we don't.
We'll get on that eventually.
Yeah, we might have to because apparently it's still popping.
Yeah, Twitter's big.
Twitter is a big deal. I mean, the president used it.
Yeah, a lot.
So-
But we're not going to talk about that today.
We're not.
So
We're not.
we
So-
told ourselves we would not get political on here, so we're going to leave that one alone.
Not on this platform. So anyways, next songs. Big Pun, Still Not a Player. That is a classic. That to this day is still being it's still being played on K-Day. It's still being played on a lot of radio stations. It's just a good feel
Oh,
song.
yeah,
I think
man.
he has a day like in New York. I think he has a
Big
day.
Pun, really? Man, Puerto Ricans love him. That's their god right there. Shout out to Puerto Ricans if y'all listening, man. So the next songs is Big Pun, Still Not a Player, and Big Pun, Deep Cover. That right there, that I don't know if y'all remember when he spit to that Dr. Dre song, because that's a Dr. Dre beat right there. Deep Cover is Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And what Big Pun did and Fat Joe did is they got on it, and I love when rappers do this. They do a song where they go back and forth. Like,
Man, yeah.
somebody spit a
yeah.
16, the other one come in, spit another 16, then the other one come in. It's just a back and forth.
Jadakiss and Styles P do that a lot.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
You don't always need a chorus or
No,
a hook. You know,
no,
sometimes
no.
it's nice just to hear just fresh bars.
A
just
lot of
back to
peop-
back to back. You know,
Yeah.
it sounds really good, too.
A lot of people feel like they're stuck to the hook 16, hook 16, hook 16. And it's not necessarily like that. You know who not established that, but first came up with that concept was what's his face? KRS-One.
That makes sense.
KRS-One was the first to come out to lay out the format 16 hook, 16 hook, and I mean it's not bad because
No, yeah, not at
yeah,
all.
it comes with a good it's a good feel, you know, and stuff like
yeah.
that. But sometimes I like when they switch it up, like they do here, and just go back and forth for like 24 bars, 32 bars, stuff
Yeah.
like that, and just it's dope.
Like a cipher.
Exactly, it's like a cipher. So shout out, actually, quick heads up for the Boundless cipher. Might as
Oh,
well
yeah,
plug that in right
Boundless
now.
cipher,
We
that
got
is-
a Boundless cipher coming in.
It's coming. Not today,
No,
but
no,
it's coming.
it's coming. Just
we just want to let you guys know it's not today, but
yeah.
it is coming. And just so we don't forget as well, we will get back to. There was a question that Danny Alcaraz asked us last week
Oh,
at the
yeah,
end of the
that's
show. We will get back into that and have that question answered for
Yeah.
you guys that
That's a
watched
very
it, and
good
you guys are
question.
probably just sitting there wondering, like, these guys just forget about where they left off.
Nope. We'll
Nah.
answer that towards the end of the show.
Yeah. So and then sometime in one of these shows we'll announce it. But Boundless Cipher is coming,
Yep.
and we will play that on here for
For
you guys
sure.
as well.
So we got two Big Pun tracks, Still Not a Player and Deep Cover, and then we got Outkast, Miss Jackson.
Everybody loves
Miss
Miss Jackson,
Yep.
Everybody in class thought they could sing that one part.
right? Because
No, I'm not even gonna try. Nope, I'm not even gonna try. Unless we got auto tune up in this motherfucker. Nope.
nah, man, not unless you're trying to hurt everybody's.
That's what I'm saying. No, I ain't trying to do all
I can't
that.
hit those notes either, though, so it's cool. But
Exactly.
that's what we're getting into right now. So yeah, let's get into some big.
Let's get into
Pun
it, man. Big Pun, Still Not a Player. This is the Boundless Hour, man. Down the Alcaraz Productions.
Was Outkast.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Miss
Miss Jackson.
To the baby mamas.
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 Baby mamas.
Mamas.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Man, Outkast. Y'all harmonize, man.
Wasn't playing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A song just makes you do that sometimes, you know.
So this next artist we got coming up, we had an argument about earlier. Me and John outside for people watching live stream.
Before that, though, before y'all get to this
John
argument, though,
Kane,
wait,
whatever.
Before y'all get into the argument, though, go ahead and throw that number out because if anybody else is watching and they're
Oh, yeah, we
interested
definitely-
in getting into
That's
this,
true. That's true.
with these two, you can go ahead and call the number here. He'll read out the number.
We already
to
got a request actually earlier. We got a request for DMX.
Party in here.
Party in here.
Oh man, that's a good song right
That's a
there.
good song, and that's 99. But I feel like 99 still rolled over
That's
to
okay.
2000.
That's okay.
Close enough.
It's because still Dre.
It's
It came out in 99, but it was on the album 2001.
hey, you know what though?
It counts.
Hey,
It counts.
we said if they request it, we're gonna play it. So
Yeah. We're here
we'll,
to
we'll throw it in the
exactly.
mix.
We are for the people. For the people. But here's the hotline if you guys want to call in, request something, just talk some smack, whatever. It's area code 909-381-7540. That's 909-381-7540. Eventually, we could probably get that in our logo at
Yeah.
the bottom,
Yeah, definitely.
just so people know how to call in. That's I'm
Smart idea.
gonna say it once, huh?
Smart idea.
Right? I be thinking sometimes. So This next,
Only sometimes.
I be thinking sometimes, dude. Sometimes ideas come to me, man. It be like that. So our next artist that we have, we're probably gonna break off and do 3 songs in a row again. But this next artist, we just had an argument outside. For people watching a live stream on Facebook, you can watch us live if you follow Danny Alvarez and all that stuff. You can watch us live or we live stream. For people watching live stream, because our logo will come up during the songs, but then we go outside, have a little talk and whatnot. So me and Kane over here got into a little argument talking about Eminem. Is he considered Midwest or West Coast? My argument is because he was produced by Dr. Dre, because he was founded by Dr. Dre produces beats, I feel like we can claim it as West Coast, in my opinion.
But if that's the fact, then you have to claim, like I said, 50 Cent.
Which I also do.
50 Cent is not West Coast.
Bro, have you heard his first album?
He is not West Coast.
But he has a West Coast feel to him.
That is true.
He
Yeah,
has a West Coast feel.
He does not have an East Coast feel at all.
This is an East Coast dude talking to you right
He
now.
doesn't have an East Coast feel. If you go back and you listen to an East Coast artist and then you play 50 Cent, it doesn't fit.
Not at all.
I still feel that Eminem has a Midwest feel. He doesn't have a West Coast at all.
I'm not arguing that, but I feel because he was produced by Dr. Dre, I feel like any artist produced by Dre has a West Coast influence to him.
Well, yeah, he has a West Coast influence, but he doesn't rap like a West Coast artist. That was my argument.
Let me put this song into the argument then.
Okay.
Forgot about Dre. Is that a West Coast track?
That is a West Coast track. But his flow is still not West Coast. His flow is still Midwest.
See, this is an argument that can go on for a while. But you know what? You'll have to catch fade after this.
So, for you guys that are watching though, tell us how you feel.
Yeah.
Anybody on Facebook, you can go ahead and leave some messages in the chat. Actually, on the live stream too as well. If you guys are following us on Instagram or Facebook, you can go ahead and send us a message, or you can call that hotline number and tell us how you feel about it. We will get into the song right now, so if you guys feel like sending the chat is easier, go ahead and ask your questions, say your comments, and we'll read them right in between the break right now.
That is 909-381-7540. Now the next song's coming up, Eminem, Slim Shady. That is a throwback 2000 song, for real.
Yep.
Like as soon as you hear the beat, and it's crazy because that song, I remember seeing the documentary. That song, that was the first time Eminem ever stepped into a studio with Dr. Dre.
Now,
Ever.
is that West Coast?
That, you tell me.
I said no.
Because Dre made that beat. Boom.
I think we're having a different kind of argument.
I'm saying that fade will have to decide everything. So Slim Shady, Eminem, then we're gonna play Busta Rhymes, Break Your Neck. Busta Rhymes, is he West Coast?
Busta Rhymes, East Coast.
That's East Coast.
And he was produced by Dr. Dre, so that countered my argument. That countered my argument. No, I'm taking that L right now. Yeah, that countered my argument.
He does have an East Coast feel.
Because no.
Just to interrupt,
Ooh, we go ahead.
just saying that when Eminem met Dr. Dre, the only thing he had in his pockets that day was a pack of smokes.
Pack of smokes. Yeah, he was.
Dang, no cell phone, no nothing.
This early 2000s, cell phones wasn't a.
My bad. Let me rephrase that. No pager,
No pager, no.
So then that just shows that he had everything in his head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He was.
So soon from the documentary that I saw,
I need you to sit in
Dre played the beat. Immediately, Eminem just started being, "Hi, my name is," and I was like, man, it's just that magic that happens in the studio, man. It really is.
Yeah, man.
So, go ahead.
No, let's get into it.
Eminem, Slim Shady, then Busta Rhymes, Break Your Neck, and then, you know what? We're just gonna play 2 songs because I got something to talk about this next artist after Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and play 2 songs in a row. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then like I said, go ahead and send us a message. We want to know how you guys feel about this argument they had about Eminem as well. So we want to hear your input. Whose side are you on? You on Leo G's side, Kane's side, and why? Let us know. Let us engage.
You already lost. You said Busta Rhymes and you already lost.
We see, that'll make me lose. I'm just saying, let's bust around.
Took an L, though.
Whatever. Anyways, let's get up into it, man. Eminem, Slim Shady, and Busta Rhymes, Break Your Neck, man. This is the Boundless Hour, Danny Alvarez Productions.
And we're back again. Boundless Hour. That was
Boundless
Busta Rhymes, Break Your Neck.
Busta, like, literally just attacks you with his delivery.
Every song.
Every song.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
scary.
in your face, dude, yeah. I feel like we about to
Especially
fight.
his videos used to scare me when I was younger. It really did. They used to scare me.
He's not as crazy as he used to be.
Nah, he calmed
But-
down. He
His
simmered down.
dreads is gone.
But his tracks, he still spits fast. You
Yeah.
know, on a Twista level.
But you know,
Sure.
yeah. But you know what's crazy though? The time he had beef. And speaking of beefs, we're gonna have that beef segment probably
Yeah.
right after this early 2000s segment.
Oh yeah.
So
There's a lot of them.
the beef that I feel everybody had with Ja Rule.
Ja Rule's a punching bag.
There was a song that Eminem, 50 Cent, and Busta Rhymes jumped on called Hail Mary. They did on the Hail Mary Tupac
I
track.
remember that.
I remember that.
Now
one, yeah.
Busta Rhymes on some. When I heard Busta was on it, I'm thinking he about to do what Busta do and just get up in your face, yeah. But he did it in the most calmest way
Did it scare you even more? because
that
of
he just did it. Yeah, it scared me even more. You know when your mama just come up to you and like, it's fine, no, you good, you good.
Right?
Good.
They yell at you.
But
a little
you
bit, yell at
that
you, and they're
scares
just
you
like,
more, yeah. You over here like, oh, okay,
Okay.
I'm about to get it. I'm about to
Oh,
get
man.
it for sure. So Kane had a question, man. Go ahead and ask a question.
Yeah, what was, and since we're doing 2000s, what was your favorite rap groups?
Damn,
This-
rap group of 2000. So
Of
no
2000s.
90s, no
No
Bone Thugs,
90s,
none of
just
that.
2000s.
I feel like
Bone
rap
Thugs.
groups kind of died out towards the 2000s. Like, I mean, there was
They had
rap
some,
groups. They had some.
But
it
I
wasn't-
don't think they were as popular.
They weren't
in the
they weren't like
2000s.
Bone Thugs. They weren't like Wu Tang or none of that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it wasn't hip hop, they had more groups. But as far as hip hop goes, I mean, that's a
Man, I mean, you had G Unit.
yeah. I don't know if they
still
were
have
my.
Murder
I don't know if they were
Inc.
my favorite though.
No. I'm just aiming
But-
out. I'm just aiming out
Yeah.
You
the
had
rap.
G-Unit, you had
G
Murder
Unit.
Inc., you had Terror Squad.
That's. I mean, I don't know the other ones.
There was some more.
In the 2000s, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
They kind of low key died out towards
Yeah,
the
I think
2000s.
it did. A little bit. There was still some, but it wasn't that many.
And if anything, they weren't really rap groups. Like they would put out albums and stuff like that, but they weren't much like, you know.
But the ones that were demolishing for that year would have to be G-Unit, 'cause they were
I think G Unit was one of the big ones.
killing it.
Oh,
the
definitely.
early 2000s.
Yeah, definitely. They were definitely one of the biggest
Yeah.
ones. I don't know if I'd call them my favorite though.
I
But if
mean,
had
ain't
to-
really much
there's
out
not
there to
really,
pick, yeah.
Not really many options.
Ain't really
huh?
much to pick from.
That's
So
true, yeah.
if anything, G Unit was up there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
They murdered Ja Rule for
They know, yeah, they destroyed Ja Rule until Game got involved against G Unit. So we'll talk about that during the beef segment.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna have a whole. There's gonna be a few parts to that probably because
Man.
there's a lot of.
That's
beef going
probably a
on.
2 or 3 parter right there.
Underground beef, mainstream beef, mainstream versus underground beef. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of, so
Chicano beefs. We had beefs ourselves too, man. There was a lot. There was a lot out there that was going on. Now, this next artist right here, man. This artist to this day is still one of my favorite artists. When he came out, man, he just came and destroyed the game. Ironically, he's called the game.
no pun intended.
No pun intended. No pun intended. So the game, man, when he came out, he blew up. Early 2003, 2004 is when he was starting to come out. He started coming out on features with Dr. Dre and stuff like that. 2005, the documentary drops and just exploded, dude.
Yep.
The documentary is one of the classics of the early 2005s, for real. To me, that's one of my top 5 albums out there from the early 2000s.
oh yeah,
For sure.
oh yeah.
So this next song we have by the game called Hate It or Love It. Now this sample alone, dude, I love it. I love
This is before the game 50 beef too.
yeah, this,
Right before.
Right before.
yeah, right before.
Probably the last track before.
Mhm. This song right here, man, I just love the feel. It's a feel good song. You know, they're talking about their struggles and now where they're at. Even the video itself is just dope.
The video was made like with a green screen.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell. You can
Yeah,
tell that.
it's funny too when you watch green screen stuff from back in the day,
It just
and
looks
then
terrible.
compare it to the stuff these days. It's like, man, they're so good these days that all that old stuff just looks
It just
cheap.
looks
and,
horrible. Yeah.
But
But those were the times.
props to them for doing it back then because I'm
Yeah.
sure it was a whole lot harder then than it
You
is
think?
now with all the things that. What was
You
that?
think it was harder to do green screen than it was to do actual video?
Back then,
Yeah.
I mean, think about the technology we have now.
Yeah. Now green
Compared to
screen
then,
look
I
like
mean,
legit.
Now I mean, you still got to have a skill to do it, obviously, yeah,
Of course.
but those guys that have been doing it since it started, I feel like it's probably easier for them now with the technology we have than
Yeah,
it was back
for
then. Because
sure.
back then it was still kind of new.
Yeah.
You know, all
I think
the digital era.
But
stuff,
us watching it, you know, as kids, man, we're like, whoa, that's dope. You know,
Right?
it looks sick. You know, blah, blah, blah.
And then now we
blew our minds.
rewatch it, and it's like all this 4K stuff. We're watching it now. We're like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I can see it.
It's like watching the Power Rangers again.
the OG
just
Power Rangers, though. The OG ones.
Yeah. The Mighty Morphin. It's like watching Mighty Morphin again. You're just like, oh wow, how did I think this was dope?
Because I never understood why were they bleeding sparks, man. I mean, I get it was a kid's show, but they exploded when you
I'm
hit
over
them.
here
It's
like, why are the buildings cardboard?
Yeah.
That building said FedEx inside of it. Why?
Oh, you got jokes.
Yeah, throwing shade right there.
Okay,
Yeah, so man, the game, Hater Love It, that's a classic. After that, we got Cameron, Hayvon, also a
I
classic.
forgot that was another group from the 2000s with Dipset.
That you right. Yeah, Joel Santana, all those guys.
Jim
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah.
I forgot about that one too. Yeah.
And that was
For sure.
what Jim Jones had a popular song too that played at every party.
When I said Jim Jones, it reminded me of Mike Jones.
Wow.
Mike Jones.
Oh man.
Back then, they didn't want me. Now they all are. Damn,
Before you
man.
play the song, how many of y'all actually caught that number?
Oh, everybody called that number. Everybody
Hey.
called that number.
Hey, stop it.
And it straight up went to his voicemail. You hear Mike Jones saying, this is Mike Jones. I'm pretty sure whatever carrier he had hated him for that, man.
Dude, that had to be
Oh,
crazy.
Damn.
He was a popular guy.
Yeah.
He probably was thinking to himself like, why did I
Why'd I do
what
that?
possessed me to do such a thing? He probably went and got a new phone number.
Yup. He probably went back to a pager after that, man. Damn.
He's like, y'all gonna call me now, you're gonna beat me. Forget that. I'm not
Damn. So we got Game Hater Love It, Cameron Haymo. I love that track too. Might as well play 3 in a row. We got Clips Grinding.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we gonna get straight up into it, man. This is the Boundless
first
Hour.
beat you make in high school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yup.
That's we were talking about that last week too, making beats. Yeah, that was one of the ones.
First one, the
That's
easiest
crazy.
one.
Yup. All right, man. We got this coming. This is the Boundless Hour with Danny Alcaraz Productions, man. This is the game. Hate it or love it.
Let's get into it.
Man, y'all don't even know. This whole segment's taking me back, dude. I want to go back to middle school and just replay
Nah,
all
don't
this.
say that. I want to
Just replay all this, bro, man.
I'm good on
Sit in
middle
the room
school.
and just listen to everything.
Right? Exactly. That was me, bro. Y'all remember LimeWire? I was there.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh,
Man, the amount of times I had downloaded the track and that was what I downloaded.
Hey, how about-
made me mad.
How about that one and the
I never even previewed the song. I used to get pissed when I used to make little CDs and put them in my car. And the
Yeah.
song would just play all 5 of them.
what about the we're no stranger to rules?
Yep.
You never got
Yep.
that one?
Never got that one.
With
Yeah.
some
LimeWire
know the
was-
rules, and
man,
so
that was-
do I.
That was before the iTunes days. We had LimeWire,
Man,
we had
LimeWire,
FrostWire, and we had
Rhapsody.
ShareBear.
Rhapsody was first
Oh, I
though.
remember.
Oh, and Rhapsody. I forgot
Rhapsody
about
was
Rhapsody.
first.
Yeah.
Rhapsody was first
That
before
was like
LimeWire.
that was like the Spotify of our day.
Y'all many
Basically.
computer aids I gave to my computer? Man, you gotta understand.
Downloading all this music. And it
I
got-
gave so many viral STDs to my laptop, bro. Y'all don't understand.
Oh man.
man.
So my fiance just brought up a good point too from back in the day. So remember, so a lot of the older cats like to talk about how we grew up in an all digital age, and I often have to remind them that I was there when one of my parents bought a pager.
We
You know,
were
my
new
first
to it, yeah.
my first phone was a Nextel Chirp. I had an
Oh,
i205.
my God, the best one.
Where you at? And and she just brought up, if you guys remember, how we used to have to record the song to make a
The
ringtone.
ringtone, yep. And
Not
it
even
was
that, not even a ringtone.
That was to get it for
voicemail,
free,
bro.
though.
That was what about the voice?
Oh,
I'm
the
actually closer,
ringback
bro.
tones, the ringbacks, those man. Everybody calls you and you just have a track coming on, so they're ringing.
Like, yo, what up? This is Alex, and la la la, and then the song play.
Yep.
Leave
And
the
then,
message out to the beat.
but recording it, that was how we had to do it
Yup.
for free.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to pay for that.
No,
want
no,
to pay
definitely
for that.
not.
Come on
And then
now.
it was only like 10 seconds anyway. So
See, what a lot of people don't realize, we were in between of everything transitioning to
Yeah.
digital.
we didn't have a smartphone. You got these elementary school kids out there now. They got their iPhones and all that. You know, they didn't
Yeah.
have to go through what we went through, where you had to sit in a room and you're like, shh, I'm trying to record this for my
Yeah.
ringtone. Be quiet. Now I got to do it again.
I didn't have internet till 2005, bro.
Man, Don't even talk
That,
about
and that was
internet.
dial-up.
I used
That
to
was
be,
back when AOL was a thing.
I used to be mad with AOL, get a phone call, kick me off the internet. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely in between. We were
tough
definitely the in
times.
between when they were starting to when everything was starting to boom a
To
little
go
bit more.
digital, yeah.
They had the
With
rare
technology.
phones. They had the little Verizon. What's the red phones? The little.
I remember the chocolate.
Oh, the juke.
Yeah,
Juke,
that was
yeah. That was the most pointless phone
man.
ever.
And then the games on that phone, man.
horrible.
Snake, Tetris.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
You've been lucky if you had asteroids.
I remember asking.
That was, man. Now it's
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 everywhere,
great, yeah.
dude. It's all iPhones. Dude, kids are spoiled nowadays. Actually, we got a little kid in the back studio right now with her own tablet.
My
Right?
daughter knows how to work my phone. better.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's
you know,
a little sad.
you know how long it took me to program my Dish Network remote back in the day?
Dish Network.
I'm over here
man.
like, what do you mean I'm pressing guide, man?
You know what kills me too is when they ask, did you ever have one of those TVs where you plugged the little bunny ears in the back and you had to move it a certain
Antennas,
way?
yeah.
And, like, yeah, I had that.
Yeah. My old TV still had a
Oh man, I had to put foil on mine so many times.
My old
bro.
TV still had a
used the hanger.
VCR. My old TV still had a VCR player
Yep.
in the TV. Like,
God,
yeah,
VCR player.
VCR, bro.
Yeah, man, I remember my little sister, she used to get mad at me because, we put a VHS tape in there, we'd watch it, and she's like, all right, replay it. And I'm like, all right, hold on.
Yeah, hold up.
Rewind.
Rewind.
You had to rewind it. It's
Yeah,
not
stop,
like DVDs where you just
rewind.
go back to the menu
Yeah.
and
You
press
can
play.
literally rewind the movie and make a meal.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah, and she used to be mad, like, go ahead and play it. Like, no.
You damn near had to crank the mofo to get the damn thing playing. Like, damn.
Right?
Video games.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you guys ever have a pager?
I did not.
My dad had a pager.
I did not.
My
My
dad had a
parents
pager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my parents did.
And he gave it to me after he was done with it because it wasn't connected. I'm over here. I'm thinking I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm about to go drop this, yeah.
I hope somebody will beat me eventually. I just don't have change to call them back right now.
I gotta get these keys to
What
Pablo,
was the video game
man.
that you had to blow in?
Excuse me?
Video game that you had to blow
Oh,
the
64.
cartridges.
The
Yeah.
cartridges. Yeah.
You talking NES, Super NES,
Yeah.
64.
I bet you guys will remember the first cell phone.
My dad actually
You
had
talking about the
first
brick?
cell phone.
The
The
brick
brick,
cell
the
phone?
brick.
My
Yeah.
dad has one of those.
I remember seeing it in Fresh Prince when he came up here like, oh yeah, let me call him.
My dad, I still have it. It's in the closet.
And
My
it's
dad
funny
has
when
it.
people talk about it too, because people like to over exaggerate a little bit. They're like, yeah, man, it used to come with this suitcase and you had to walk around with it and a briefcase style thing and fold it out.
Yeah.
It'd be like this big, but yeah, we've
My
seen
dad,
them.
my dad had the one you just plug it. You can only use it when you plug it in the car.
Oh,
That
my
was the one
gosh.
that he had.
Ain't
Wow.
that
I
something?
still have that in the closet.
Does it work?
I doubt that. I doubt that still.
Man, yeah. So yeah, we were definitely in the in between when stuff started to.
When
get a little
technology
bit-
started taking over.
Yeah, because my dad used to tell me about how you used to get on the internet. You had the code to get on the internet. Not everybody could get on the internet.
No.
You just had the code to get on the internet
Wow.
and talk to people.
Freaking
And-
operator. Like, operator, get me on Facebook.
Yeah, man.
Operator,
Like
put me on
it's a
AOL. I remember AIM.
Hey, that was big on the sidekick, man. That was sidekick.
Yeah.
Everybody I didn't have a sidekick. Everybody had a
I
sidekick.
wanted a sidekick. I didn't have a
would
sidekick.
never stop making any noises with that dang A.
They love, man. So you know how everybody right now with their iPhones, it's majority of the people have a cracked screen. On the sidekick, it was the flip screen wouldn't flip anymore, or it just would flip by itself because they just like to flip it
Damn.
over and over and over.
I always wanted a sidekick. I never had a sidekick, man. I feel like I
I
messed
did
out.
get to use the ID, the sidekick ID.
I remember you with your sidekick
It
actually
was-
our freshman year.
It was cool. It just didn't have a camera, so I had the cheapie, the broke person sidekick. That's what
I
that's
look
what I had.
hated you for it though. I remember seeing you in science class. I'm like, this boy, I hear that sidekick. Man. I'm about to rob him.
And you know what? I went and bought it
Yeah, I did it.
used at the swap meet. Slauson swap meet.
Dang, you
is where I
about
bought
that
it from.
Slauson. Shout out to
Swap Meet.
Slauson.
Yeah, man, that was. And then I had to sell it because I got tired of it.
And I was about to rob you. That's why. So next song's coming up, man. We got a request we still haven't forgot about. We got DMX later on after this. We got the game Dreams, man. That song just takes me back to 05 period.
Yeah.
That was me.
That takes me back to the documentary, the movie, not even the album.
Just the whole thing in general. Yeah, Game, dude. He was a big name in the early 2005 for sure. I mean, in the early 2000s. So we got Game, Dreams, then we got Kanye West, Get 'Em High. You can't forget about Kanye. He was a big man there. Kanye and Game came out exactly almost at the same time. Kanye came out first, obviously, but him and Game just blew up in the same time, the same era, and it's history from there. So we got Game.
Actually, I think Kanye West made this beat.
Dreams, yeah.
Yeah,
The Dreams was produced by Kanye.
I think he even shouts him out on there too. Yeah,
That was
he
back.
talks about it.
That was back when you could easily tell a Kanye beat because you had the congas, the drums in the back. He always used that when he was producing his beats back then. So we got Game, Dreams, and Kanye West, Get 'Em High, and after that we're gonna add our request that we had earlier. So man, this is the Boundless Hour, man. Go ahead and get it in. Danny Alcaraz Productions. This is the Game, Dreams.
This is the Boundless Hour. Let's get it.
Yes, it is.
Huh?
What was size for Kanye?
Kanye Kardashian.
Kanye Kardashian.
That was a moment of silence. That was a moment of silence for the old Kanye right there. R.I.P. the old Kanye. Fun fact about that beat. That little part at the end that sound like a flute. I'm gonna try to imitate it. Don't. I'm a perfect.
We're gonna judge. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. That's me right there. So, fun fact about that. I tried, all right? I had no other. We had no auto-tune on
is
the
for
spot.
sure going in the recap
That's
clip.
fine.
That's in the
fine.
recap clip for
That's
sure.
me. That's me hitting my notes right. That's
Hey,
a
you
Mariah
know what?
Carey
We might
note.
even have to take it.
Did you just say Mariah Carey?
That's my Mariah Carey note right there.
Wow.
So check it out. That part right there, it sounds like a flute, but what Kanye did in there, that's actually a vocal. It's a vocal that he sampled and played it as a flute. That's not a flute. That's actually somebody singing that, but he sampled it and played it as if it was a flute, and it came out
That's the
what it is.
creativity.
Yeah.
That's creativity, dude.
He is creative. He is a creative
Stuff
guy.
in the studio, dude. Studio magic is just, I mean, we experienced it earlier a couple hours today. Just to make a quick plug-in, we got Kane in the studio, finally. We got Kane in the studio to record a track, and I was producing them, I was recording them, and you know, what was your experience recording with me? Because you recorded me before, but you haven't
But
seen me.
it's definitely, I definitely have to get back in the bag because it's been a while.
It's been yeah.
I don't play
Right.
around, dude. I don't play around.
No,
when
not
it
at
comes
all.
to something I'm producing, I don't mess around.
But-
I seek perfection.
Since we're on the topic, you know, let's get back to Danny's question real quick.
Oh yeah, let's do
You
it.
know, before we run out of time here and forget about it, you know, he asked us last week how we as millennials feel that music will be going to in the future, basically, right? So, you know, how do you guys feel about it? Where do you think it's going to?
Honestly,
Go ahead.
for me being like very, very interested in actually studying the industry, it's not good for the whole streaming thing. It's,
Why?
Because you used to do physical copies with CDs, so you get paid more. Now at streaming, you get nothing for real. Because all the music that the artists now get is from touring and merch. You don't really get album sale money.
Yeah.
It's crazy you say that about CDs too, because I feel like once we get to a certain age, CDs
They're obsolete already.
for us is gonna be
Best
like.
Buy's not even selling them no more.
Well, no, the CDs for us though will be like records for the older generation,
for
basically.
sure.
You know, they're gonna be like, "What is that? What do I play that on?" Most cars these days don't even have a CD. My car does not have a CD player in
Ain't
it
that so?
at all.
Aux or Bluetooth.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's my opinion when it comes to this topic. Because I did some background search when it comes to the music business and the industry, the streaming and technology and internet almost killed. It almost, and I'm gonna emphasize the word almost, killed music. Not music in general, but like the whole, like he said, just
The
making
industry.
music in the industry. It almost
Yeah.
killed the industry, but it has gotten to a point, and I think that
There's no more. Really, you don't even. There's no more about. I say about 3 more years. There's not gonna be any more record labels.
But in my opinion, I don't know about that, but in my opinion, because what we're seeing a lot more nowadays is independent artists,
That's
because
what
they
I'm
have the means to do it.
There's not
But
gonna
those
be-
are still considered record labels in their own.
But I'm talking about when I say record labels, I
Form.
mean it's like there's not gonna be no Interscope. There's not gonna be no Def Jam. Those
So
will be gone.
my opinion is, I read that the music industry was not prepared for technology to take over. It did not
Yeah.
see it did not see that coming.
And then-
But they did start working, like for example, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, things like that, streaming apps and all that stuff is something that's trying to revive.
Yeah.
Maybe it hasn't gotten to the
Because
point where it used to be like
we had that in between era where, you know, like when, like we talked about LimeWire earlier, where we were just able to go on there
Download free.
and just download whatever we wanted for free, which, you know, in turn was taken away from
Right.
CD sales when CDs were still relevant.
Yep.
Now it's all these streaming apps. You know, people are finding apps that stream for free. You might not get everything.
Yeah.
You know, but now, like you said, now we have all these other ones where Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, you know,
Right.
you can play the free version, but you're not getting much control or
Yeah.
music out of it. So once they start charging for it, even YouTube has their music.
they started
things.
doing their thing. Yeah. So here's the thing. This is the point I was getting to. I feel like they're just now getting the gist of regulating streaming, because nowadays it's hard to. Earlier today, we were on the Facebook Live, and because of the music that we were playing, it stopped. And it said, because of the licensing and all
Yeah.
that stuff, we can't play this. So it's slowly starting to find a way to regulate it. I feel if we give it a few more years, it's not going to be completely dead. It's going to, I think, because
It'll evolve.
my point that I made last week was music has always found a way to survive.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's always gonna survive, but I'm talking about the record companies. It's not gonna.
It's gonna, it's probably not gonna be there, but it's gonna transform and evolve into something
Well, yeah,
else.
because think about it, because some of these
record
artists.
companies are Spotify. Like now, the record companies
Yeah,
are Spotify.
but they have deals with things that, for example, anything that Dr. Dre puts out as far as Aftermath is strictly, I don't know if you've noticed, is strictly into Apple Music because they streamed it. Just like Jay-Z has a thing with Tidal and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
That brings me back to what I'm saying.
Well, but think about it this way
See,
too.
okay, but you see what I was saying. What I was saying is it's probably not going to be the same way it was, what it used to be, but it's going to evolve into something that's going to be run, if not the same, but almost a better way.
Because you'll still get those people that don't want to promote on their own. They still need somebody to do
Yeah.
it for them. And that's where the record labels can come in and where they evolve because they do a lot of that stuff for you.
Yeah.
As long
That's
as
the machine behind it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Music
So-
Music is always going to be and has been a moneymaker. No matter what,
Yeah.
people always want music. People always
Yeah.
need music. So no matter what, the need for music is always going to be there. Now, what I feel the industry has to do is figure out a way to center that to where the artist still gets his cut. You know, because the artist is the artist at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So is music gonna die out? Is music gonna be gone? No, it's not. I don't see that happening in any future near, like in any near future. I don't see that happening. Just the way you conceive
yeah.
music is gonna change. The way music is sold is probably gonna be. It's probably gonna change. But I mean, if we take it back to the early like 20s, the way I mean, first of all, artists been getting screwed over since then. We look at Cadillac Records. We look at we look at when what's her name? When Etta James was coming out, when Etta James was out there, when people like that were coming out. Chuck Berry got screwed for a bunch of his royalties because he didn't know. You know, so it's something that's been happening way before this whole technology took over.
Yeah.
But it's always found a way to evolve and become into something else. So me personally, I don't see it. I don't see music dying out as far as an industry or a business. It just can't happen.
I got a question. So what about you guys as coming up artists compared to the big boys? Those are the ones that are going to be making the money, but you guys, how are you going to make your money?
So there has been artists, even this day, that have found a way. For example, I'm gonna throw his name out there, Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper found a way to be an independent artist. He makes money off of mixtapes. Because he centered his own thing. He found a way to use technology for his benefit, to make it centered and for him to be still getting paid. So
Yeah.
there's people like Chance the Rapper, J. Cole. J. Cole still has Dreamville, his whole thing like that. There's a lot. Nipsey Hussle. Last year he came out with the album under his own right. Dude, that album sold so many. He made so much money off of that album because he still it's
Grammy nominated.
Grammy nominated.
But then there's still
exactly.
if people like you, you still have concerts. Although you can
Tours,
watch,
merch.
they're available on YouTube. I get it, but there's still a bunch of people that like the feeling of watching an artist live.
Yeah.
And then, if you're good and you get the chance, you get things like the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff where they still kind of pay you and you can make your money. There's still so many ways to try to promote yourself to make money. And then just like he was talking about earlier on Facebook, people still have rights to this music. And as long as you're, copywriting your stuff, it can't just be played anywhere without
As long as
getting
you're
some money
smart.
for it. As long as you're smart about it.
As long as you're smart about the contracts you sign,
You really have to learn the
you
business
really have to
before
know the
you sign
industry
anything.
nowadays to get paid for your own music. Because there's people out there that get screwed for their royalties. Shout out Blueface. That really get screwed over
Tell you
because they
you're
don't
getting
take
a
the
lot, they
time.
buy you a Bentley.
Exactly. Let me run that back to what I said earlier about Cadillac Records. Cadillac Records, the reason why they have that name was because when they signed their artists like Etta James and Chuck Berry, what they were doing instead of paying them their royalties, they were literally buying them a Cadillac and saying, "This is your pay for your song, for your music."
Exactly what happened to Blueface.
Exactly. So it's a loop that's been happening for years, and technology. It's not like technology came and ruined everything. No, that's been happening. It's just people haven't taken the time to learn the industry. If you're gonna work in the industry, you have to learn it. It's a business. You can't just go in. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do the song, get paid a lot of money. No, you gotta read it between the lines.
And as far
it will
as
stress you out and make you want to give up.
And as far as the evolution of hip hop or music in general, like you said, it's always found a way. And even with streaming now, I feel streaming has given more opportunity to underground artists
Oh yeah,
to be
definitely,
heard
definitely.
over the mainstream. A lot of people don't like to just listen to mainstream all day, every day. They want to hear something new, something a little different. So they listen to underground artists, or they go to things like Apple Music or Spotify where they'll play other artists that you may have never heard based on the artists you listen to right now. To try to get other people out there and give you a new taste, a new feel.
Yeah.
And then even today, there's still people out there that do hip hop and tell a story and make music like that. Even though the music is changing right now,
It happened in the early 2000s. It happened over time. It happened in hip hop since the 80s. It's happened.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill Gang had 2 tracks maybe that they blew up for, and that was it.
Yep.
It's happened from time to time. It's just an evolution that has changed.
That's what we should talk about is all the people who really
All the one-hit wonders.
who had a one.
All the one-hit wonders.
You know what? We might have to have a
We might
segment
have a
on
one-hit
wonder
wonders.
segment.
Shut out Vanilla Ice. But all right, so we're going a little bit over our time.
What about radio? You think radio's dying?
Oh yeah.
Radio also transformed into podcast now. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Radio is mainly podcast now.
I think so because, like I was bringing to attention earlier, a lot of these cars don't have CD players anymore, and some people are just getting tired of, those stations that play. If you listen to the radio for 30 minutes, you can probably hear the same song twice.
Over, like, not even
At
twice,
least.
dude. It's like
2
4
or 3
different
times at least.
dude.
And when you listen to stuff like this segment that we have doing, where you hear something different every single week, it keeps the audience a little more interested
Entertained.
that way.
Very interesting.
Because when you listen to the radio, you can go from, and I'm sure we've all had this moment where you're like, I don't feel like listening to the song, so you change to a different
Switch it.
station,
Yep.
and they're playing the same song,
exact song.
the same song,
And I want to shoot the hell out of it.
and then you're like, all right, well, I guess I can't get away from this song. So
Yeah.
people are reverting to using their Bluetooth in their cars, and they're playing the music they want
Or
to hear.
satellite radio. Satellite radio is a big
Or,
thing
yeah.
right now, too.
XM radio,
XM
where you get to hear a lot
Sirius,
of
Shady 45.
Yeah, because you can hear a lot of stuff from other states too. There's stuff, we get a lot of the music late, as most people don't know. California, we're the last ones to get all the new stuff.
Right.
We're listening to tracks, we're like, hey, this is hot, this must be new. And
it's popping
then
over
you
there.
get that one guy who's like, oh no, that's not new, bro.
Yeah.
We heard that like 3 months ago.
But I think the stereotype is now, once it gets to California, it's mainstream. It's considered mainstream.
Yeah.
It is.
Once it gets to
Yeah, 'cause
California.
we play the hell out of it. That's
Yeah, we overplay it.
Yeah, so-
But anyways, we're low-key killing our time a little bit. So the next songs we have, I don't mean how much time we got left, Danny, because we got about 5 songs that we still got to push in there. We got a request that we got earlier.
I'm good, man.
You're good? All right, cool.
We're
Well,
almost done.
let's hurry it up a little bit because I'm starting to get a little hungry, you know what I'm saying? So
It's that time.
it's that time, bro. It's that time.
So let's get into it then. Let's get into it.
So the
and
next
we'll,
song we have, the next couple songs before we introduce the IE artists, because we also want to have our IE segment. The next song is Lil Flip, Sunshine, and after that we have our request, DMX,
Party Up in Here.
Party Up in Here, or what was it? Party Up, right?
Party.
Or something. It's Party.
It's DMX.
Everybody knows
We know the damn song.
Everybody
man,
knows the
dude.
damn song.
We know the
Everybody
song.
knows the song,
And then after those 2 tracks, we'll cut in and we'll start talking about the IE artists like we
that we
always do.
introduce, yeah.
We're gonna make it a thing. It's gonna continue to be a thing.
Gotta
So,
shine
yeah,
light
let's-
where it deserves.
Exactly. So let's
get
get
into
into
it,
those
man.
2 tracks and then
Product for indie school.
Y'all getting incredible product from Boundless right now. We're sorry, baby. See, we were dancing in the studio right now, and baby girl, I had to stop her. We'll dance again right now, okay? Yeah, I
Thanks,
know,
Alex.
baby. Look, dude, I got caught up in the moment. All right, man. That was DMX Party Up. That
Swiss Beats is the greatest producer ever.
to this day, that's like get played in the club. So
Yeah.
get played in the club. Everybody drunk. Everybody in there like, woo, party. It's crazy, man. So we
Something like that.
yeah, we getting towards the end of the Boundless hour, which has been like 2 hours. But like I said, we're not into technicalities right here. Boundless hours, but it don't sound right. You know, Boundless hours sound better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it that way.
We're gonna keep it that way, and if y'all don't like it, y'all can watch some other thing. So, so, all right, man.
Tell them how you feel.
Yeah, man,
Jesus.
straight up.
Don't hold back.
Be straight up in here. Come on,
So
man.
let's we're gonna get into these IE artists to end the segment like we always do.
And for those watching from other non-IE regions, IE means Inland Empire, and
Then
that's
this is true.
that-
Not IE like for example, like most people use it for.
exactly. Actually, that's my mixtape coming up. That's what I called it. IE, in other words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll be looking forward to listening to that.
I took that whole abbreviation and made it into a title, and I'm like,
Okay. I see where you
so
I see
See what you're doing?
these next artists coming up actually come from my hometown, Moreno Valley.
Murder.
Shout out to the murder one time. So, Moreno Valley has actually had low key artists like we talked earlier. Do that. Which one was it? What was his name? Skilo, something. He lived in Moreno Valley at the time when he made that track. You know, so we've had our handful of artists that have come from here, just not full on represented Moreno Valley or the Inland Empire in general,
Yeah.
except for these next two coming artists. So, these next couple songs, the first artist we're gonna play, his name is The Phase. Phase started blowing up from where I dated back to 2005. He was already getting some buzz in Moreno Valley. You know, he was coming up. He had a couple battle raps that he did here and there. You know,
That name sounds familiar. I think I've seen a couple of the battle rap from.
yeah. So the Phase had he actually had a rap battle. It was pretty popular in Moreno Valley around 2005 against Young B, The Future, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bizzle.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bizzle, man. And he's actually the next artist that we're gonna play after the Phase. Now, Phase is actually just now getting a little bit of buzz. He's actually I follow him on Instagram and I've seen that he is actually working with the game now.
Oh, cool.
He's been in the studio with the game.
Nice.
He's actually helping.
And Marcus Black.
And Marcus Black. Oh yeah, shout out to Marcus Black too. Marcus Black's also from Moreno Valley.
Yeah, he is.
He's also from Moreno Valley.
And
So
Nick D's.
actually, that's one I haven't heard actually.
Nick D's?
Nick
Oh,
D.
he's good, bro.
I've heard Phase, Young B, and Sick.
Sick
C.I.K..
That- Sick That Money?
Yeah, Sick Dot Money. He was also from Young B's camp back in the day. They had
Black Card Boys.
Black Card Boys and what was it? Hustle something. But anyways, this next song is called Moreno Valley City Limits, and this song I like personally because it gives a little bit of history of the city of Moreno Valley. Unfortunately, we're not proud of it, but it happens. A lot of murders, a lot of killings out there, gang violence. Unfortunately, recently a couple weeks ago it made national news with the disappearance of a 16-year-old girl, and the FBI got involved. All that, to this day they haven't found her. Her trial's still going. They have people in custody who they're interrogating and believe has something to do with her disappearance. But unfortunately, this is stuff that happens everywhere.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and we talked about that last week too.
Exactly. And Moreno Valley is not exempt. San Bernardino and Riverside County are not exempt to the violence and gang violence and the unfortunate things that happen around here. So the
It
next
happened in Sweden too.
happiness.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that
49 people.
massacre
Live
we can call
stream-
it.
and he
A
live streamed it as he did it.
People
Yeah.
are ruthless, man.
He live streamed it. Yeah.
It's just it's sad. It's very sad to hear of. Unfortunately, that's a part of the world we live in. That's a part of the world we live in, and there's no way around it. No one's happy about it, but it happens. So, next song's called Moreno Valley City Limits by The Phase, and the song after is called Young B, The Future, Murder. Both of these songs are both about Moreno Valley, and that is a city in the Inland Empire, and these are both IE artists. Now, Young B, The Future, before he got murdered, he was already creating a buzz with Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg actually took a personal interest in Young B the Future. He had signed him to something that he called Gladiator School because Young B the Future was a battle rapper. He was
Really, really
one of
good
the
battle.
greatest, honestly, in my opinion. He had punchlines, he had delivery, he had jokes and stuff like that. He just made you laugh. He made you go crazy. Like, how did he come up with that? It was just it was a whole performance with Young B. And unfortunately, back in 2014, he was in Los Angeles, coming out of work from a UCLA hospital where he worked at, where he later died at, going to his apartment, walking towards his apartment, and I guess he got mistaken for a gang member and took bullets to the back
Oh, wow.
and ended up dead
Rest in
there.
peace.